Look top. Socket draw on the background.
Okay, the background basically is what? Because I see also a white canvas on the background, right? It's not purely transparent, right?
Which one?
The background copy. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
It's the copy of this one.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the next drawing, where is it?
Yeah, this one is the reference.
Where is it? Your reference?
This one.
Can I see your reference there?
It's kind of blurry
Mm.
because I just zoom in and
Why
I
actually
got
use this reference for your guide?
uh
Do you have more than one reference for you to develop your characters?
still finding.
So why don't you find more on your reference before you're going to start to design your characters?
Uh, okay. I
Okay?
want to because the character I want to design is like a puppet So is I just still got find more reference on my phone, but still haven't transferred to the PC yet.
You can actually download to your laptop or to your Mac, right? All the reference.
My reference I because my reference is on my phone.
But you can find another one there, right?
I guess I try
Yeah.
I try to copy try to transfer it to my PC later on.
Okay, here it is, guys. Okay, this is the thing that we have to overcome them back and also improve back again. The way that we are going to conduct our own kind of workflow there. All right, workflows. I think I did actually told you guys, okay, for the last 2 weeks, how actually we're going to conduct the workflow for our research and also ideas, and how actually we're going to develop those characters along the way there. Okay, by right, all these kind of developments you have to submit last week, right? Hmm. So you have to submit it last week. Okay. Okay. I think there's some of you guys also still haven't submit those works there. So today, because I wanted to not just to see how far basically you guys can go from here, and how actually your friends actually have shown us how they do their works. Basically, they don't actually follow exactly what I did actually told you guys before. Okay, how it works there. That's why the workflow, the constructions kind of developments, the ideas that you need to develop will basically still floating there. Okay, I believe that you don't have any ideas what basically you want to go from here, right? All right? Is it, Yochen?
Yes.
Yeah. You still blur there, right? Okay. What basically you want to do there, right?
Still not very
Not
clear
sure there, right? Sure there, right?
Yeah.
Here, this is basically the thing that happens to most of people there, right? I just want to show one example, but it basically would apply from most of the students. Okay, I'm recording this session here. So what are the things that make us delay our works? One thing. The second thing is what makes we actually doesn't have a lot of ideas there. When people ask you, where's your design? Where basically your development? Where basically are your sketches? I don't have any ideas there. Okay, this is the answers lah. I did ask him, for example, there, right? Do you have only one reference in order to start to do your works? Okay, when you look at my kind of demonstrations that I did for most of the tutorials, I gathered a lot of information, visuals, reference, before I'm going to start to draw. Right, guys?
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah, right. So That means when your method is not actually right, okay, when basically your method is not right, you're not following exactly what I have shown you guys, okay, to work. Okay, so this is basically what happens. All right, you not gather all enough information. You guys can see both screen, right? Okay, my screen and also Yao Chuan's screen, right? Okay,
So should I
so if
stop presenting?
hey, not yet.
Okay.
You still want to see your masterpiece project.
Okay. The one I shy lah, sure.
No need to share. Everyone make mistakes. Okay, everyone make mistakes. Don't be shy. Okay, we learn from there. All right. I'm not trying to what we call the offend you anything. Okay, because we need to have some example. Because not only you. Okay, you're not actually doing basically this kind of thing wrong way. Okay, most of your friends live in. Okay, because I've seen a lot of example that people post to me personally. Okay, everyone did the same mistakes. Okay, so what basically we can do from here, we learn from there, and don't make the same thing lah. Right? If you make the same mistakes, right? Okay, without repeating your improvement, because I already told you guys you have to improve, repeat those motions, repeat those kind of exercise, repeat the methods and techniques, and stop doing the thing that you do that you actually have dropped before. That makes your drawing look sucks, right? Not presentable, and doesn't look refined, right? Okay. So when if you have that kind of understanding and also concern, all right, about that kind of mistakes, then we'll start to improve. Okay. But the first thing, okay, these sessions, I want just to show you guys what are the example of people mistakes there, right? Okay. Because if you take a look at my samples over here, right? Okay, from my video lectures, okay, yesterday. For those who didn't actually came, because I can't actually go through with all those numbers there, right? Okay. All the videos reference, okay, all the all the sharing sessions that I did, okay, for most of the groups, okay, most of the groups there, right? Okay. Please take notes. Please take notes, and also um, try to what we call that, do some revision a bit back again there, okay? Do some revision. That's really important there. If you cannot follow someone who actually train you, right, okay, professionally, those kind of techniques in right way, I don't know where actually you can go from there. Right, these are the things that were really important there. So for Yao Chuan, for the rest of you guys, if I take a look at the samples of the work, okay, even though not all of this is not from your group, right? Okay, we now one of it, right? Okay, okay, if we take a look at the development process of what actually we have actually been going through, she's going to draw a pumpkin head or maybe a sketch, I don't know the right thing, but what basically I can conclude, okay, based on Rina reference, right? Based on Rina reference there, right? Okay, the subject matter is pumpkin, there, right? Pumpkin. You saw basically how actually I collaborate, okay, from real photos, right? And also some characters, kind of ideas, reference or developments there. You saw all those kind of videos before, right? So the thing that I don't see from Rina, kind of idea developments, is to get us enough reference to draw your character's pumpkin from the real pumpkin letters. All right? At least you have this kind of photos with you. Because there's a few different type of pumpkin that you can use as a reference. Before you're going to design a pumpkin characters, design it. Okay? So if you take a look at all the reference that most of the artists or designers have done there, right? Okay. Well, I know it's not that easy directly for the first time, because I just want to give you guys some reality checks. If you don't understand your own kind of foundations or basic structures for your characters, even though you try to draw a chibi characters there, right? But or you want to draw some very women, lady type, female kind of pumpkin character, but the basic structures is not right. Okay. What basically I can say from these kind of developments, all right? None of it were more better than actual design, as we have designed a lot of reference, a lot of sample of pumpkin characters. None of it is more better than what we have in our Google search. Because all those designs, for me, can be improvised. But the point is, right now, you need to understand, right, your kind of foundations of your character.
Searchy.
You understand what I mean there, Rina? Or the rest of you guys? Right?
Oh.
All right. So you need to understand first the whole basic structures of your character step back again. Yao Chan, what did you try to do there, right? What kind of character that you want to draw? Puppet there, right?
Yes.
How many references that you actually have found before you
Uh,
puppet characters? One only.
for puppet, I got like 2 to 5 reference in my, but I only have one reference in my PC only. The others is in my phone
I can get millions of references around here.
from Google.
Yeah. So what makes you actually only have 5 only there? Because we did all this kind of developments for almost 2 months now. Right. So I can get a lot of reference right here, more than what you have for a few seconds.
Okay.
That means the methods of your way of founding your reference, you have to change. Don't playing around a lot. Okay, take serious on your development. Because what actually I've been told for the previous class in this morning, all right, if you came out with this kind of, but this one is not that worse lah. Maybe the basic structure has to be developed more. Okay? Because I've seen worse than this. Okay, I've seen worse than this. All right, this one also can be right. It can be accepted, lah, okay? With a very, very heavy kind of hot, right? But it can be accepted, okay? Because I can see the efforts that, that your friends Rina here actually have shown, right? But what basically I really, really feel a bit kind of weird there, okay? Rina, okay, it's okay, right? Okay, because we talk about all these things because this is a part of the discussion there. Whenever that I actually gave some example comment to the students, okay, about their subject matters, the way they do the works, okay, suddenly the whole subject matters change. I don't know why. What happens there? I don't ask you guys to change your characters, your subject matters there. I ask you to improvise, redesign your characters there, right? Okay? Those are the things that you should do. From this design, even though the design is updated, right, I can see that this guy, right, who is it? Zheng there, okay? I find it quite struggling, struggling, okay? It's really hard for him to design his character using a very awkward kind of shapes, right? Awkward kind of shapes there. Remember what I told you guys before. Don't draw something from this kind of weird kind of shape there. Okay, maybe Zheng Zhang are going to take a look at this reference, everything. Okay, take a look back again. Can you see how weird, how hard actually this shape could be when we come to design the characters? It's look awkward there. I don't feel, you know what the words there, okay? That pasar word can steam, steam. Huh? Steam there, huh? Cannot feel that, right? If you actually a smoker, I'm not a smoker, right? Right. If you guys were smoker, right? I don't know who, right? I don't know whether Yao Tian is a smoker or not, right?
No, no, no.
Right? Okay, good. Okay, I'm not a smoker, but when you actually know people actually who smoke, right? When they smoke, they don't feel that nicotine there. It's like you smoke an air there, only there, right? Okay? It's like vape there, okay? That has flavors, but no kind of nicotine there, for example. There. No feel there, okay? Those kind of things that you, if you take drugs, for example, I don't take drugs, okay, but if you take drugs, you don't feel any kind of illusions, steam kind of feelings there, right? Okay? It doesn't feel that. It doesn't have that kind of passion there, okay? To see these kind of characters. But I don't know why this guy has to work with this kind of design, okay? Okay, I will try that, okay, for you guys. If I take a look at this design, okay, basically I record that right. Okay. You guys can see right my screen there. Is it? Okay, good. All right, now okay, let me see there, okay, how it works. Okay, you saw this kind of design there, right? Mine came from like a pinball pin there, okay? Pinball kind of pin there. So pinball pin normally look like this one there, right? Yeah. See how it actually draw the shape there, right? You saw this character there, okay, the shape itself there. The line of actions, you there. Study them back. The shape. Break down basically the shapes. Okay, break down the shapes. You need to find basically your time. Don't just do it my works. All right. Last minute kind of progress. Okay. All right. If we take a look at how actually they design this character therapy using this triangle, and then the shapes here. What? It's the shape, and then the legs. See. Okay. This kind of drawing, I will not assume or take it as a part of the marks there. Okay? What is it? Even the eyes there, okay? Triangle eyes. And also the eyebrow there. Look weird, okay? It's look hard there for you to draw. Even though you can actually draw, he actually cannot actually imagine the shape itself when it comes to three-quarter view. You see how difficult it is when you choose the weird, the difficult kind of things that you kill yourself from this design. Basically, okay? Basically, you take the gun, you kill yourself, not you kill the enemy there. You have the weapon, but you shoot to yourself. instead to yourself. Oh, those are the analogy that we can see from that design there. So I did told you guys don't draw those this kind of weird kind of eyes. What is this? Huh? Party pass I did. Huh? Pass and also what we call that? Rocket together with the come on like guys, okay? Be more logical, right? Be more logical, okay? And also, even though we play some imaginations, right? The shapes over here also, I don't know, right? What is it, right? Because we have to be clear the whole thing, even though we sketch our gesture line, okay? If you take a look at my gesture line for the pinball there, okay? When I draw the pinball there, right? The oval, then another shapes over here, triangles a bit, and then the shape of oval a bit there. You can see the clear kind of understanding that even though it's not right, I know this is not right. Eh? So, what are the things that we have to learn at this moment? How to detect your mistakes. Okay, for those who actually submit this kind of works, this kind of line, this kind of unknowing the shape there, even though the alignment is not right. See, that is not right there. I did give you guys also some videos there, okay, reference videos, how actually design those works, the characters there, right? Where is it? Group 7. There, this one. There's two videos using different kind of characters there, right? We saw actually how actually I align them, those kind of alignments and the proportions for those characters there, even though I didn't explain because I have done a lot of explanation before, right? So if we take a look back again at this design here, right? Yong Cheng, all right, take a look there. Everything's not right. The leg itself, right? Okay, the alignment of the leg. See, can you see the difference there, guys? Huh? Can you see there, right? Okay, the proportion, the alignments, everything is wrong already there. And I did give you guys also some example on the videos. Okay, on the videos there. Where is it? Most of the videos that I did explain how you're going to design those characters there. But this is consultations. This is consultation, lecturing class. I don't know whether I actually have shared the practical class there, okay, but almost the same, right? But what basically you guys learn from here? I think from week 6. And before that also, I did also give some example how to draw them though. And each week, basically, I actually have what we call that, give you guys some analogies, some sort of samples, how actually we start to draw them there. See, this video actually have shown also how to conduct your reference there, right? Okay, but maybe none of you guys memorize and realize them. All right. So for Rina basically, okay, maybe the efforts were there, okay, but it's a good start, right? It's a good start for all of you. But the one that I really don't want to see the right, okay, the way that you're going to conduct your sketch line when you sketch your ideas there. Even though yesterday, and it show also you guys how actually I develop basically my characters, okay? Because for me, okay, penguin characters, he has only 2 reference and then he start to draw, right? For this design, right? So even though, like me, as hand-wheel tractor design, you see a lot of reference that we have here. But I don't see people try to draw penguin with that kind of weird kind of shapes, and they will look a little bit more kind of difficult to develop there, right? So that's why, okay, for Zhengzhang, you have to change. Seriously, okay, if you look at these videos back in the day, when I want to draw penguins, for example, there, all right, I will take a look more and more at browse. Okay, I don't have to go through that North Pole, all right, nowadays to do some research. Even though with some occasions, yes, if you guys have the budget, you can go from there. Okay? But if in terms of this, develop your kind of research, this is more than enough. Okay, this is front view there. You see the front view for the penguin? Then you can keep that in your reference. Okay. Lazy enough, just print screen, right? Paste. See? You can get all these reference straight away. Copy, paste. There. Right? As a reference. Even though I actually can draw more than you guys, we'll try to find my kind of, what is it? Oh, complexity change. I will try to study a bit more. Okay, this is the beak, the shapes of the beak from these positions there, the eyes, the head itself, the structures there, and then these are going to be the, right, the neck, the entire head there. So the line of actions there, whatever that we have been go through, okay, even though for this week exercise, this the body should look a bit more curved. That's why we can see the dimensions on it. Even though the gesture drawing exercise came from the same kind of developments there, right? This is maybe the leg there that makes this penguin can move along there, right? So I'm not actually just guessing all this stuff there, right? I'm using my kind of observations here to work. But the what we call that, the legs are going to be look like this one, maybe. But this is only a basic structures there, right? The basic structures there, right? And the shapes over here, see? We break down into shapes there. Okay, take a look back again there, Renata, again. I think I will show you guys a lot, but if you keep doing the same mistakes that you have supposed to draw at the first time, so you don't want to change, right, you won't be able to see the difference of your skills there, right? This is my study status on those designs. Okay? So from here I can design more. All right, I'm going to study a bit more on the shapes there. See? To combine them. How to draw penguin 101 there. So if I have enough kind of understanding, okay, the hands, okay, the arms, for example, maybe look like this one a bit there, right? Yeah, maybe like this one there, right? If you want to imagine into more comical or simplified kind of styles there. So I'm study a bit more and more. I didn't actually straight away draw them like Yao Chan and also the rest of you guys have done there, right? So that's what made me feel that if I want to draw something, I will spend my time not today, but the 2 weeks times that we have to develop more from here. I'm going to study a bit more from front view there, the shapes. I'm going to simplify a bit from now on. With the neck over here a bit, right? The eyes there, the eyes small there, okay? But if I will draw a cartoon, then I'm going to draw bigger there, like this. Right? So from this kind of what we call that understanding, I'm not using a very unique kind of stuff there. Then I'm going to improvise with the shapes, right? There. So I make it the shapes of the arms, the what we call that, the flippers of those wings, become an arm there, right? Okay, and then the body, the leg itself, become a bit more like this. All right, but this is only my earlier kind of studies there. I'm not saying this is the right one, but this is how I developed those sketches there. This is the type kind of studies that I want to see. Hey, I already told you guys a lot from here. I show you guys also a lot from my videos there. But why actually it's hard for you to follow there, right? If you think that you're actually more professional than me, show me how it actually works. I can see some of your friends have done a very good, tremendous kind of studies on the work there. But I think around 100%, only at the moment I just saw only 2%. 2% of the students who really have maybe a skills there. But when I challenge them to do more from there, that's the challenge now. Right? I will push those kind of students different way there, right? Okay. So what I can do from here, I will sketch a bit more. Okay, from three-quarter view, for example. There. This is three-quarter view. This is front view, three-quarter view. This is three-quarter view, right? Okay? The shape of the beak there, right? The eyes. Right now, basically, I haven't decided yet. These are going to be the neck, right? The shapes of the neck there, and then the body itself there. So I'm going to change a bit there. Just playing around with this. I didn't take too serious there on those designs. So sketch a bit more, right? Same characters here, but I didn't put into those kind of models in around there first yet. There, okay? In sub profiles there, maybe. This is the sketch line. Okay, this is center point for sub profiles. Maybe the beak over here, then the eyes over here. See? Then the body type there, right? Of the shapes there. The legs, and then the arms there. See? Penguin, right? When you have a lot of understanding on your studies there, I take a lot of times. I show you guys seems like easy for me to work, but it's not at the first time. So it takes, that's why design one characters, one subject matters, but redesign them a bit more. Okay. Okay, let's just say that this guy wants to draw using those triangle. Right, okay, or cone kind of shapes. I don't know whether it can be done or not. Okay, I'm going to sketch it out first. It's quite weird, right? This one also triangle, right? The beak itself. And then the eyes. I don't want to go that kind of eyes there. Quite not practical there. So the shapes over here are going to be look like this. And then the eyebrows there. The shapes of the eyebrow there first. Yeah. Then I'm going to simplify them. Even though this is not the final design there, right? So the arms, So I'm going to draw one single arm there, right, and two, right, what we call that segment there, or three segment there, okay, 1, 2, and 3. So the arm can be moved around. So the leg, see the leg there, where the basic structures there, basic structures of the legs, basic structures of the leg look like what we call that, like a chicken leg. I don't think that the penguin look like a chicken leg there. Okay. So no basic structures there. What is it? Right. When I design this one there, right, we start with the basic structures here. See? Everything has a dimension there, right? Ball joint there, right? Okay. And then now the basic structures right here. Okay. Can you see that, guys? All the basic structures there that define the form of those, right, shapes of the characters there. If you don't find those kind of basic structures there, right, and we find the shapes, this is what happens. I get an answer for some of your friends who want to design a sheep, right? All right. You say my character doesn't have shapes. So if you don't have shapes, what basically you try to draw here? Everything came from the shapes there. Yeah, this is maybe the shapes from my sketches there, right? Shapes there, right? The shapes there, right? If you don't actually define the shapes, what is it? Every character had a shape there. Don't be so ridiculous about it. Okay? Can you see, guys, okay, how actually I develop my sketches there? And I can go on and go on and go on there, okay? So that means from here, right, even this is shape also wrong already. Okay, from here to here, how actually they design this one become a bit more flatter like this. With the flatter like it on top, how they are going to be look? Top maybe look like this. This is the shape from top there, right? Top view there, okay? So they are going to be look like this there. From the side over here, okay? So that means there's going to be the eyes over here. You see that? You see how difficult for you to work with that shapes there? I can actually see the difference, but whether you can see or not, that's another question there. So that's why don't go into this kind of killing kind of shapes there, okay? You kill yourself there, okay? Okay? When you design this kind of things there. People will argue a lot, okay? And you find a lot of difficulty from here. Right. So you can see how actually development. I can go more and more and more directly. If I want to use triangles, then I'm going to use another triangles. Then I'm going to use eyes there from there. And another triangles that shapes. And then I want to draw what? Another shapes there, legs there, right? Okay? How actually draw the legs? There. You say it's hard to draw a penguin there, right? Penguin, right? Using triangles, using one single shapes. One single shape to define the whole thing. Based on the silhouette there, right? One single shapes that define the whole thing there. Okay? From side profiles. Even the side profile, I can imagine them right straight away. Okay? Side profiles there. You guys understand what I mean right now? Even though you say you understand it, right? Make sure you apply from here. Because this kind of design, the best thing I can give is 5% for 20. So that means if you exercise also, you don't actually show your, okay, for exercise, I can see a lot of improvement for the drawing because maybe tracing there, right, okay? When it comes to design back again, your original kind of works, this is what happens. You don't go back into your basic structures there, right? Everything look weird there, okay, to work there, right? Okay, now. Okay. I don't know what are the resembling between Dracula that look like a bit more like me, maybe, there, right? And the pumpkin, right? And also some of the shoes. Maybe this one actually resembling there, okay? But for me there, okay, Rina, I can draw more from here. From here, there, okay, you know what I mean there, right? The pumpkin there, right? I will start with a very simple shape there, Rina. Okay? And then the body, either the neck there, right? I'm going to cut a little bit more simple there, right? The legs first. Okay, this is the front view there, right? Okay? And I'm going to measure basically the hands, arms. All right, this is one of the way, but not the only way there, okay? So I make sure that the whole, I actually have give this kind of videos there for you guys. The whole structures were based on two shapes of the characters there. Two simple shapes there. This one, if you take a look there, right? Even though they work with two shapes, the alignment there together there. Not right. Okay? Same goes to this one. You're not sure there, okay, how it works. The shape is set from here. You don't actually normally, right, okay, this area has to be more bigger than this, right? The shape there, okay, because this is the buttock there, okay, and then the neck, the legs has two segments there, okay, from the knee there, okay, in between the knee. The hands, how the hands look like? You're afraid to draw the hands there. Suddenly become this hand become at these areas there, right? Not actually behind or maybe the other side of the body there, right? Huh? This is the body there. Hands. Why the hands actually have to be straight like that? Either you can actually move like this here, right? Okay, to bend a little bit there, right? Okay, or bend a little bit like this. So you're not actually doing enough research there. In order to develop cartoon or character styles, you have to watch a lot of cartoons. This area is so quite complicated there, right? To draw, I will draw a bit more simply there, right? A simple step, because you want to draw all these characters all over again, right? The measurement of the front view. So I'm going to make it more appealing there, right? Okay? Right, appealing there of those designs. A lot of complicated kind of shapes that make your characters look not flexible and not quite appealing there to see there, okay? Because people have to get attraction on your characters. If there is no kind of attractions from your characters here, for example, there, right? So basically you have lost, right, the potential of your design. I can actually improvise from here. But this is not the final design, okay? This is basically one of the sketches there. So from here, I can do more there, right? Yeah. So right now, if you ask me there, okay, I'm doing and using my imaginations there. This is what my imaginations are going to take care of my kind of developments there. Right, my developments there. But this is not a final design there, okay? But the thing that I show you guys right now is the shoes, the leg also look a bit more like a plant, also a leaf. See, one design. One design. Okay. that shows those characters there. You see that? Balance the whole thing. Okay, Rina? One of
Okay, sir.
one of the things that I'm not actually recommended you guys to do all this kind of chibi, what we call that, this kind of formations there, right? Okay, it look like an old school for one thing there, okay, and the other thing is this is quite an old school kind of stuff, right? Okay, maybe a lot of beginners there, okay, they will start with this kind of perceptions how they design the characters, right? All the like what we call that, all the chubby kind of looks there, right? Okay? Right. They thought that want to draw cute people or cute things, they has to draw with this chubby stuff there, right? Okay? But the point is right now, whether you can actually make your characters move around more dynamic, more flexible there. These are the things. This is not only my style there. This is one of the things that people can accept it, and you actually can develop more and more kind of ideas from here. Right? So those are the things that you have to realize, okay, from now on, okay, how the things works. So if I want to draw more from here, I can. All right? And of course, if I don't have any ideas, I will actually go into the reference. Okay? I will go into those references there. Puppet or just not pumpkin there. But I'm not actually just copy from other people's there. I'm stealing the ideas from there. What are the things what are the pumpkin style here that I love to see there? Okay? Maybe look more like this one there. See the design there? Very good, beautiful design there, okay? That you can see from this reference. But what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to take some of the ideas, okay, triangles like that. And this time we can use them. Why? Because then I change the tick there. Because I believe, right, some of people that cut their pumpkin do like this one there, right? And then the body shapes, the head kind of shapes there. I'm going to check using a bit like an onion kind of shape there. But it still look a pumpkin there, right? Sketches there, right? Mm. Mm. And now the body there, I think the body itself, maybe some ribbons over here. Maybe the what we call that the shits are going to be a bit more tear out there, okay? Then, okay, now you want to draw more like a chubby kind of looks there, right? Okay, let me check whether it works or not. It can be. I'm not saying it cannot, right? So the legs, right? I'm going to simplify the TR kind of shapes. Then the leg itself, then we'll draw these characters wear boots there. They wear boots there. Everything from the shapes. So the cane from maybe some of the roots there, right? I'm going to draw a bit more like this. Okay. Yeah. Another design there we go. So how many design that we actually can go through with it? Okay. How many design we can do? I can do all these kind of things right until I can get more than 20 or 50 drawings there or design styles there. You guys have to work only 7 styles, but you keep changing your ideas because why? Because you're not study enough your own subject matters. Simple as that. And then the way that you actually conduct your kind of sketches line also wrong there. You spend too much time there. Okay? I think you draw both of them in two different platforms there, right? Using sketchbooks, I think, and then because all your methods that you actually do is quite look properly done, but it's not right. Okay, it's too naive there, right? It's not actually have a very free form kind of flows of ideas there. What basically I've shown you guys right now, okay, is I actually have shown you guys how free flows of ideas that I am, right? To give more kind of presentations of my sketches before I'm going to finalize them. I didn't finalize my design here. Even though I want to finalize this design, for example, right, I'm going to go through this one first. And I'm going to maybe sketch around, okay, the shapes there first. All right, the side profiles, okay, it has to be look like this. We cut half of it and we can half be like that. Okay, smile there, right? Maybe like this, a bit there. Shapes there. So sketch this. So the top maybe look like this one, even though we can actually rearrange them. And then the ideas of the body itself there, all right, the legs, right. Okay, check look back again to this is the legs and the foot. See, balance them up. This is the one there. Balance them up there. See? So everything you can see from your sketch is there. The direction you want to go, you can straight away see from your sketches. That's why gesture drawings, learning to develop your gesture drawings is really important. Okay? That's why today, this week basically, I want to emphasize on that. Okay, guys? Hey, open up your webcam there, right? Okay? I want to see your face. Why you have to hide around there? Open up all your camera. Mm. So, what's your take for designing those characters there, right? Is it easy there to design those characters?
No,
No.
no. It's easy to think, but hard to draw.
Yeah, right? Thing, right, okay? So that's why gesture drawing sketch line would basically to help you if you actually implement in the right way. When you sketch your ideas using the gesture line and create those kind of understanding on the shape, break down the shape, right? Okay? Basically, I want you to train your mind. Whatever that you have in mind, you train to connect it with your hands when you move your hands to develop shapes. Don't think the complexity of the whole form of your character there, because when you see all these characters from this kind of point of view there, okay, you will see a lot of complexity there, right? Even though these characters of the girl there, okay, you don't see the breakdown of the shape first. All this kind of imagination that you call. Some people say, okay, so I draw from imaginations there, right? What shape imagination that you draw? Where's your reference there, right? Okay? All those imaginations came from your experience. Whatever that you have in mind, basically from what you have seen before, then you will try to transfer on the papers there. But one of the common problem that I face, that I find students actually try to escape the right, when they draw those CB characters. This is the thing that common problem have. Right? They straight away design all the characters, okay, chibi characters, they thought they're doing right. I believe, and I will ask you guys the same questions. Okay, you want to draw chibi characters? Where's your finding there? If your reference is from other people's chibi characters, I'm not going to accept it. Why? When I design my own characters, right? Okay, Okay, if I want to convert myself into chibi characters, we know basically the characters over there, right? So right now I'm going to draw myself as a chibi characters there, right? So my head is not actually square there, not circles there, it's a bit square there, right? So I break down a bit the shapes. Now the body there, okay? And then the legs. So chibi lah, right? Okay, so that means I won't draw myself to become maybe more like thin or slim kind of guy. But the shapes of it, yes, I have to follow there. So this is basically a chibi, one of the chibi structures kind of shapes there. So my ears, okay, bigger there, right? There. So the head, the heart, the hair, okay, the hairstyle. One of my common hairstyles. So I have to understand my own head, my kind of presentation of my works there, my own kind of self there, right? Then what else there? The eyebrows, all right, shapes there, nose, mouth there, and eyes there, right? Because you want to draw some manga style there, right? So I become a more cute kind of people, right? Then I'm going to draw my mustache and the beard there, okay? Beard there. Okay. Shapes, okay? Yeah. So if you have a lot of good understanding too, then I want to draw, okay, I always wear shirts there, simple kind of casual shirts. And normally I actually, right, wearing jeans there. So I have to draw a bit more like a trendy kind of teenagers kind of, right, kind of stuff there, right, maybe for my design, everything. So the hands a bit more bigger there, with the arms, right. See, I sketch trace my ideas. This is myself as a chibi character. But did I actually just follow from what actually I have from those reference? You can use as a part of your guideline already, but the problem that we face, okay, from the students, they just apply from what they see from that characters there. So how come actually I know basically you study first those structures before you draw them, because most of the application that you apply, all the element material that you apply, they cannot find any difference. But if you take a look at all this kind of design, can you see that I actually stole from other characters or other kind of design there? Okay. It's a chibi character, still a chibi character, right? But did you see that I actually try to follow or copy from other things? You cannot actually, right? Is it right? You won't be able to see the difference there. You can see the difference there, right? Okay? See, if I want to clean up the line here, right? I clean up the line here. There. Just clean up the line there first. Even though I can make my eyes a bit more like a girl there, right? Okay, because why? Because that's a chibi stars were supposed to be, right? I can actually redesign also my beard, become different kind of way there, right? It's kind of styles that if I want to. So make more simple kind of shapes there, right? So from here also I can draw a lot, but before I'm going to draw all these kind of shapes, I will refer back again my photos. Right? We have to refer, you have to refer back again to your photos. Right? Okay. I will refer back again to my photos. Right? So need to draw a bit more, right? Wearing sneakers there. Right? See, clean up line. Sketches and clean up line. You can see the difference there. Right? I can actually draw a bit on the nose there. Any kind of shapes of the nose if I want to. So if I want to wear some glasses, again, actually draw some glasses over here. Right. Even the glasses, so we can actually redesign them if I want to. Right. You see that? What are the benefits when you actually follow exactly what I told you? And not actually tell all this kind of BS to you guys there. Okay? So some people they don't actually allow people or new student to design a chibi character. But if you actually learn to draw chibi characters with the right kind of methods, you show basically the basic structures, the line of actions that define them, right? And the gestures line there, right? Okay, and you develop from scratch, and you have a few kind of if for me there, okay. When I want to start to draw myself, I always refer a lot of my photos. It's not like you obsess to yourself, but like I said, you need to understand what you've learned or what you want to draw first. The person that you want to draw right now is you there, right? Or for example, or any kind of people there that represent chibi characters, you have to start to draw like that. Because when you look at my reference, my demonstration yesterday, there's some of your friends who actually want to draw Hamtaro or what we call the hamster as one of the subject matters that represent his characters of chibi. We cannot see the difference. We cannot see the connections there. Okay? Those are the things that really, really feel not acceptable. Right? We can't see the relations there. That's why we can say that you just copy from other people's work and then you just put the face and you put the reference with you, just like a reverse kind of process. You can do reverse process if you are me. Right? You can cheat. Right? Like if I want to cheat people here, okay, I have draw all these kind of samples there, and then suddenly I have draw the right. I want to show that I actually have done a lot of research. I just straight away pick up maybe 10, more than 10 kind of reference from here, and then I say, okay, this is my reference. But I will make sure that I don't actually copy the reference. People cannot see whether we copy or not that from there. All right. Okay, guys, any questions? Any question before we dismiss there? Anything you want to ask me there? Anyone want to ask me when actually you're going to submit? Last week. But in progress, you can still see improve on your design, right? Developments there. Rina, you feel a bit more stressed there, right? Huh? Stress, huh? Relax, huh? Relax. It's a part of the process of learning there, okay? Now you see Yao Tian, huh? Even though he did not complete, right? He just start to draw that thing. See how relaxed he is, eh? Right. And talk to someone else also there, right? Okay? During the sessions there, right? So it's a process of learning there, right? Okay, it's a process of learning, but you need to show the changes. All right, you need to show the changes there, changes and improving that you can see from that developments there. Right? My kind of evaluations, when I saw your drawings here, I can see that your efforts there, but the technique is not right. You can improve it more from here. There's a lot of complexity, complexity to your design. Something that's not important, but you want to add there. Just like, I know you were women, like you're girl there, right? You need to make up the whole thing, look beautiful in characters, in design, make it a bit more simplicity, stylizations, more better. Because they will make more your life more easier to draw, to what we call that, to apply your works later on in different kind of pose there. Because you're not going to use that characters in one pose only. Okay? If I decide that you want to draw a final kind of design later on, okay? For the picture book illustrations there. Picture books there will be around 12 pages. 12 pages, you want to draw the whole characters at the same different pose. Right, so you have to know whether those designs were workable or not for you there. Okay? All right, anything else there? Anything else there? No? Yoshin? Anything there? You want to ask me? If you don't ask me, that means you understand and also you should apply what actually I teach there. If you don't apply, the best thing I can do 5% only, right? Imagine 5% from first assignments, and then if you don't develop a right way of controlling your strokes, develop your sketch line, everything, because all the structures line will define whether you understand with what you're doing or not there, right? Okay? So those are the things that we have to concern about, because the way that you sketch your ideas from now on has to change, right? If you want to improve your design skills, not only using the tools there. Using the tools, I think image manipulation also teach you guys, okay, to use Photoshop there, right? Okay? But the way that I actually focus on your kind of exercise assignment is more into deep of your skills. Right. It's not the technical stuff there. Technically, basically, it's about how the methods of working with the right kind of strokes, but not technical usage of the tools in the software directly. I'm not actually touched that. Even though in digital illustrations, okay, I'm using a very basic kind of tools or brushes there. One or two brushes or sometimes three brushes there. But the look and feel of your results are going to be look more professional. I didn't touch a lot of fancy kind of what we call that effect brushes there to look good at your works there. Everything has you using only a basic kind of tools, basic kind of equipment there or brushes there, but with the controlling flows in the right way, flowing and also blending kind of modes, they will look more professional there. So, but if you don't actually apply the right kind of strokes, the whole thing are going to make a bit worse. They're going to not going to be going up to nowhere. They're going to go nowhere. All right. So before we are going to develop, not this semester there, but maybe hopefully we have time for next semester, because if I actually have give you guys more foundation kind of stuff, fundamental foundation, right, core foundation, okay, on the way to draw in the right way for these semesters, I would plan for you guys next semesters we study styles there. So they're going to be a bit more openly, but you have to open up your mind. You have to get ready to get out, not only to draw anime manga styles, okay? We are going to experiment with different kind of styles of working, okay? Style of illustrations there. But using digital media there, okay? Because we can actually explore a bit more. Because normally when I have traditional and digital kind of session for 2 semesters, there's nothing much I can actually explore the stuff for the second semesters there, because the time consuming there, okay? Time consuming there, because there's a lot of things that you have to learn, right? In terms of develop those exercise there, from those exercise. Because I don't see, because when people actually start to do those works, second semesters using digital or tablet, they're right. They will have a lot of difficulty to get used to the pen. But right now, you have those time there. Okay? So try to develop. Okay, I can see that Yao Qian he actually has get used to the strokes lah. Only the proportion and also alignment has to be taken care of, right? Okay? But find a lot of reference that can guide you, right? Same goes to every one of you guys. Okay, I assume all of you guys have the same kind of issues and problems, right? Difficulties towards that. So if you know basically your difficulties, change the way that I show you guys that. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for having me today. All right. And hopefully you guys okay